Guys, Bitcoin just saw an insane pump right here, all the way from 19,000 all the way to like 20,300, and everyone in the market, they're saying that's it, this is the bottom, we are going only up from here. So guys and girls, in this video I want to talk about this Bitcoin breakout and whether it's actually a fake out, if you should trust this breakout, and what we can expect, or the price levels, or the price targets, and what am I personally doing with my long trade over on Bitcoin, racking in like $8,000 at this point. And yes, I finally put in a trade over on Bybit. It's been a while and you guys told me, Thomas, why don't you trade anymore on Bybit? So there you go, I do. So absolutely beautiful long trade. If you watched my previous video yesterday, you've taken this as well. I told you that we have very important catalysts which are coming actually tomorrow and also on November the 2nd. But before this, before the catalysts come, the fundamental catalysts, the macro catalysts, all we can expect is really a technical breakout. And the technical breakouts, they can be either up or down. And I told you in yesterday's video right here that we are preparing for a break, and I was getting ready to actually short it if we would break down. But as you can see, it did not break down. It actually broke above, and this is precisely where I took my long trade. And if you've done as well, and like my community did as well, then congratulations, you've made very good money. But now the question is, what should we expect? What should we do? Should we take our profits? And the thing is that, guys and girls, I've taken a little bit of profits on my trade already, just a tiny bit. Still, I mean, it's an 11 Bitcoin trade right now, a $214,000 trade. I've taken a little bit of profits, and remember that by the way, if you want to be trading on Bybit, they still have really big bonuses for my community. There is a link down in the description as well as in the pinned comment to Bybit, which will give you up to $4,100 in initial deposit bonuses. And Bybit is also a really great exchange and derivatives platform to trade at. Like BitGet also is amazing, and I'm using different ones including Bybit, and I absolutely love Bybit. So this video is for Bybit, and just go, guys and girls, and use the link down below to join Bybit. So as of right now, what we are expecting, and remember, this is a bigger trade that I posted in my yesterday's video, and you must be watching my videos from the beginning and until the end if you want to get anything out of them. And remember that if you want to be taking all our smaller trades that we are taking, all the scalp trades, then go down into the description of this video and click to join my free Discord channel with all of our VIP trade alerts and signals, because we are posting a lot of trades in Discord. All the smaller ones, all the bigger ones are on YouTube, so you still have to watch my YouTube videos, but all the smaller ones are in the Discord, and we are making like insane profits. Some guys forced 300%, 600%, 24, 85, 117%, 300%. I mean, somebody made like 1,400%, but that's 100x, and I don't recommend using this kind of leverage. But nonetheless, I mean, we'd have these kinds of profits in here as well. So if you want to join our community and learn how to trade together with us and actually make money together with us, then you must be part of my Discord. If you're not, then you're not making money, and I don't know what you're doing here. Go and join us right now. Let's move back to the Bitcoin chart. And of course, I don't have to mention that the trade I mentioned yesterday on Matic, this, guys and girls, you will call me Mr. Spot On, because this drawing on Matic I showed you yesterday, and the drawing I'm talking about is this drawing right here, the blue one. I told you in yesterday's video it could actually break down to actually get some liquidity and then pump up. And this is the drawing I didn't remove from yesterday's video. You don't believe me? Go to the previous video right now and look at it, and look what happened. I mean, how spot on is this? I mean, I know I'm saying like what happened yesterday and what I predicted yesterday, but how spot on is this? Nobody predicts the market like this. Only Mr. Spot On. Look, I mean, it's ridiculous. So if you don't call me Mr. Spot On down in the comments right now, then I just don't know. I mean, then I don't know what you're doing here. So anyway, let's move back to Bitcoin. Quickly take a look at Ethereum. And we have an incredible pump in Ethereum, and I showed you this formation yesterday as well. So if you didn't take any trades yesterday with all these beautiful breakouts, again, I don't know what you're doing here on my YouTube channel, because we're making money. This is what money looks like, money. So anyway, jokes aside, let's go to Bitcoin, and we're gonna see, obviously, before we celebrate, let's try to understand if this is a real pump or not. Number one, why did it happen? The real reason why it happened was because there were a lot of liquidations. So there was like $800 million worth of short squeezes. So shorts got liquidated, almost like $1 billion worth of shorts got liquidated. But so that's why we have some volume. So we definitely are seeing a little bit of volume in a 4-hour chart, at least something. Just like the amount we've seen here, well, close to it. So it's not not like it's empty. It's not completely empty-legged, but again, I'm not really seeing a mega huge amount of volume. That's for sure, unfortunately. So this is our first worrying sign. Worrying sign number 2, let's just remove volume. Let's put on the EMA ribbon, and this is going to show us something a bit bullish to counter the fact that the volume isn't really very much there. So what we are seeing here is actually break above the EMA ribbon. But we, guys and girls, we don't know this. This has happened before. So is this really a reason for us to be mega bullish? Not really. And what am I doing with my long trade? Well, as of right now, again, I've taken some little bit of profit, and if it's going to be moving down, I'm going to probably close it with a small profit. If it's gonna crash down, if it's going to turn out into a fake one, I'm just going to take it with small profit and sit. So I'm not going to take any loss. This is a risk-free trade, and basically the moral of the story at this point is that your stop loss has to be in profit right now. And again, if you want to learn all these things, how to trade properly, go to thomaskrallo.com and become one of my students and stop wasting your time elsewhere. So, and when it comes to resistances, so we have cleared the resistance of the EMA ribbon, which has been important for us historically, but it's not all just yet. I think personally, for us to confirm some kind of a turnaround, we need to trigger this. I don't really like the patterns, but we need to trigger this head and shoulders. Here is a shoulder, head, and a shoulder, and here we're coming to the neckline of the shoulder, and I mean this technical pattern, it might work out actually, and we have let me put in a target for this kind of a breakout. If we're gonna see this kind of a pattern break, it's gonna put the target at about next resistance, which has been important for us previously, the green one, at about $22,600, and that would be our second take profit area. I think that once we've seen this breakout, our first take profit area, and that's where I took a little bit of my profit. I probably should have taken more profit, but it's just me. I like all these bigger trades, and I want to take like $30,000 profit, not a $10,000 profit. So I don't really care about 10K. I want to make 30, 40, 50K. So that's why I'm risking it. So it's more risk for me. But the first take profit is we already are at the first take profit area of 20,300. And if this head and shoulders pattern is going to be activated, then our target is going to become the next target, which is going to become 22,500. And there is a long way to it, so I would probably take a little bit of profit somewhere in the middle as well, just to be on a safe side. Now, but guys and girls, now, for us, all these technicalities, head patterns, head and shoulders, whatever, all of this is beautiful and great, right? But I think that macro stuff is far more important. And that's why we have this line right here, which is purple, which is again Friday, October 28th, which is tomorrow. And then we also have this November the 2nd, remember, interest rate decision, FOMC meeting on the interest rates. Oh, there it is. So we currently have 93%. So the market pretty much is pricing in a 75 basis point rate hike. Again, I've spoken about this so much before. If it's going to be 50 basis points, it's going to be mega bullish. If it's going to be 1 full percentage point, then it's going to be mega bearish. And then I think it's going to still play out at 75 basis points. But then what's going to be more important, the actual Jerome Powell's speech at the press conference. So, but that comes on November the 2nd. I really was thinking that the price is going to break out of this wedge finally somewhere around the time of October the 28th. But it broke out on the 26th. Well, what can you do? So now we have to see what's going to happen tomorrow, because the tomorrow's data could actually turn this into either a fake out, which I'm going to actually short, and I'm going to show you how to short it right now in this video. And if it's going to be actually positive tomorrow, which I'm going to also show you, then it's going to be just a continuation and potentially the trigger of the breakout of this head and shoulders pattern that I just showed you, and all of that is going to be tomorrow. So I think that tomorrow is going to be the deciding factor for either continuation or a crash down to lower prices, and maybe actually even much lower. So let's take a look at what it's going to be, and we all know what it's going to be. It's going to be personal consumption's expenditures price index, which is going to be released tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. Now, what are the expectations? Because Thomas, it's going to be released, but what is the expectation? Expectation is right here. So basically, we have a forecast of 5.2% on the core PCE, so excluding food and energy, excluding oil, etc. And we already know that with the oil, probably it still is dancing around the same area. It bounced off of a little bit on the fact that OPEC has cut production, and right now also the China, if they're going to be leaving from this zero COVID policy, this could actually be, triggering more demand into the market when it comes to oil, and it could actually go up a little bit. So we're going to see what happens there. But when it comes to the expectations, nonetheless, I think that the core PC is going to be more important, because that's what Fed is actually has control over, because remember, as I told you so many times, that Fed doesn't have control over oil, but it does have control over other stuff. So the forecast is 5.2% for tomorrow's reading. If it is going to be anything like 5.2, 5.1, 5.0, so something positive, something less than expected, then it's going to definitely be a continuation of this whole up move right here, and we can, keep our long trades. But that's why, again, I'm saying take a little bit of profit now, so that this is going to be a zero risk trade for you, and then wait for tomorrow's PCE. That's my plan, at least. Not financial advice, just what I'm personally doing. And if it's going to be something like 5.3, 5.4, 5.4, anyway, anything that is worse than 5.2 and higher than 5.2, then guess what? This is going to probably, in my personal humble opinion, probably is going to turn into a fake out, and we're going to go down, and definitely are not going to push to 22,600 unless, something else happens, in my personal opinion. Maybe something I'm missing, I don't know. But that's, I think, the most important events as of right now. And as always, guys and girls, if you want to join my free Discord channel and trade together with us on all the smallest trades, then go join the Discord channel. If you want to be, aware of these bigger trades, then subscribe, hit that notification bell, because again, you have to be watching both of my YouTube channel as well as my Discord as well for all the smaller trades, because there are different trades that I'm posting. And if you want to check out my free course for complete beginners on how to trade Bitcoin, then click this button right here somewhere on the screen and learn right now. It's time to learn, because these are the times of volatility you want to trade and make good money. So, and as always, peace and love, stay smart, stay rich. I'll see you next video. Bye.